Hello and welcome back for the last time. That's right. This is not clickbait. This will be the last episode of this podcast that we ever do. I'm OJ Stellar, and right beside me is
Sydney Summers. And you know what? We made it, bro. The
Mhm.
podcast might not be making it,
but
we made it.
Made it. Yeah. This is our toddler that we are putting up for adoption, but not even that because no one will be
Yeah, it's just
taking it. We'll be euthanizing.
Yeah. What was I thinking in the shower? Like, because toddler, I don't know. It's not like we're putting down a baby.
Because I feel like it lived a full life.
Right. Maybe it's a toddler that got cancer.
No, yeah. Yeah.
But like actually.
Yeah. What kind of cancer? It's giving leukemia.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, so much boba.
I'm 2 days free of weed. I know that this is just such a recurring thing for me, but my head is like imploding right now, and I'm trying to be vulnerable today, but I'm also just like the English language sentence formation. It's all escaping me. I'm giving toddler with brain cancer today, if you will.
It's crazy because English is actually not your first language.
Yeah.
Mignonese is.
Bro, I wish I was fluent in Mignonese. All I know is banana.
I think that's English.
It's actually Mignonese. But yeah, so we're gonna do our best. But I booked this episode last week before we fully realized that we were both ready to let this go. And you can't get the $250 back, so we decided why not put a bow on it all. It's tempting to just to let everything slide into the ocean and disappear, but why not bring our light to the stew one last time and give our donkeys just one last little snack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel like it was on brand for you to want to like Irish goodbye the podcast.
Everything in my life.
Yeah, and I'm like wanting to Italian goodbye. I'd be like, wait, let's make sure and like let's finish strong and all that. Which like I'm happy that we're doing.
We're meeting in the middle.
Yeah,
this last episode.
yeah. I feel like this. You guys might be wondering why we're ending. You might not be wondering at all. You might know.
You might be so glad and you don't care.
You might be right.
And you're like, why am I watching this in the first place?
So true. And why are you? Because we're funny.
Because we're cute. And we're good at podcasting, dare I say.
Yeah, we are. We just we didn't have... we just talked about this in the last episode in which we're not releasing, but we will put it on Patreon. But just like our first episode went viral with Dread, this PORN star who has a
ravenous fan base.
Yeah, ravenous fan base of all straight men. You do the math. But
King of the cucks.
King of the cucks. Yeah. But yeah, so that went viral, and like we were so excited. We were like, yeah, let's go. And we also like wanted to become like Brazzers contract stars at the time. Sending compassion to the younger selves. But that really tweaked and twonked the algorithm in a certain way, and we, no matter how we tried to fix and escape it, we were unable to. Yeah,
like the internet just, it doesn't allow for the growth that we were and continue to experience. Like it's algorithmically you can get pigeonholed here, and it's weird to have started the pod alongside our pornographic journey because the two are very entwined,
Yeah.
And I no longer feel entwined with that world. And I feel like, honestly, looking back, like when we did the episode after we first started going to Sex and Love Addicts Anonymous, the 12-step program, like I feel like that's when things for me kind of started like thematically falling apart. And it was just like, I don't know, we really gave it our best college try trying to answer that question, like what are we doing and what is this, and like can we push this in a direction of change that we want it to? And it's just like, we kind of can't.
We can't, and we won't. And we tried, and we, we were open, we were honest, we were vulnerable. I went through some of the hardest, like most horrific times of my life in and around and because of this podcast, honestly. And like, I really wanted to like come out the other end of it and be like, it was all worth it. This like took the turn that we wanted it to take, and people watched us grow and evolve. But like, that never happened, and that's okay. Like,
yeah. And
sometimes it's better to just let go.
Yeah. And it's not like our audience was just men. It's like specifically men who really like porn. And that audience really wants one thing from you, which is to be able to get off for the most part. I think there are some fans of ours who like love us very much, genuinely, and want to see us grow, but that's not what most men would pay not to listen to two clothed women talk.
Yeah.
Especially if it's not going to be about porn and sex. And yeah, I'm just kind of feeling that way in general about Sydney as her own entity, which is a trip to get into mentally. But yeah. And I definitely hear you. Like, we both wanted to, turn the ship around, you know, and have been through some truly crazy and insane experiences because of this podcast.
Yeah.
Like, beyond. And I'm so grateful for some of them. Like, we've met some amazing, amazing people because of this.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I think that we were very brave in doing this project.
Maybe too brave.
But I'm honestly inspired by us already looking back on this, doing it currently.
Remember when we did that podcast?
We were so cute, and like we thought we could do anything we wanted, and we could, and we did, and that's adorable.
Yeah, I really like what you said earlier about, just for context, like, we kind of decided this like 4 or 5 days ago, I guess, on a phone call, and like really had not seen each other at all since then, barely. I think we had
to process, I think.
Yeah, like our whole friendship really started because of this podcast, and I think we both were just like, I don't know. For me, I was just like, I don't know.
Are we even friends?
Yeah, like just all sorts of weird thoughts I never thought I would have. And like a lot of thoughts I wasn't allowing myself to have. Because it's like, we need to keep this thing going, and then suddenly that's removed. Anyway, what the fuck was I saying? Where was I going? Oh, when we talked this morning, finally, I really like what you said about us. Like, it's like we have found so much of like the version of success that meant success to me, you know, when we started this 2.5 years ago. And we really did well on TikTok when that was huge. We did well at podcasting. And I mean, you know, podcasting is still huge, but I think we did really well with this project by the terms that we wanted at the beginning. And what was the other thing?
Yeah, like
TikTok and podcasting
and OnlyFans.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like,
wow.
3 huge entities that are so competitive and so oversaturated.
Yeah.
And we went in fearlessly and said, we are going to not only like do something meaningful, but do something that like resonates with other people. And that's what we did. And that is like an incredible feat. And, you know, I feel like failure is the best recipe for future success, truly.
Yeah,
so like I'm
definitely.
really like standing and being present in this like failure because I think it's cute.
I want to like it's cute and it's honestly hot. Like, I don't think except for our haters, I don't think anyone would consider this project a failure. It's like that has been accomplished and I learned a lot from it, but it just feels done.
It does feel done. Like it feels like dragging a instead of like riding a horse and the horse is taking you somewhere, it feels like we've been like dragging this dead horse with us.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, and like that sounds really extreme.
Oh, I wanted to talk about too, like with sex work and money, and just like we've talked about it on this podcast a lot of times, but just like the whole idea of like being saved, such a massive theme in my life. I think it's like a massive theme for most people. That's like the exact framework that like all of these movies like portray to us from birth, is like, oh, you get to be saved by someone and that's when your life is complete. And like very much feel like that energy with this podcast, and like just another route that I was like, oh, this is going to save me from having to do sex work ever again, you know?
Same. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And like that
It
isn't
never
true.
works.
It
Nothing
never
can,
works.
nothing's, what is it saving you from? And like, why aren't you saving yourself? And like, I don't know, having that expectation is just never going to happen with anything, with your love life, with your professional life. You're not getting saved by anyone but your own self.
It's crazy that you say that, because I've been like repeating this mantra in my head for the last week or so of like, no one can save me but myself, and I am in the process of doing so. Like, just again and again and again, nothing will save me. I am saving myself, and it just is a lifelong process. And that's like why we're all here. It's like the purpose of life is to find meaning and to find, you know, contentment in whatever it is that you're doing. And what you brought up today, about like you just haven't been like creating in the, like, ever since I started doing OF and TikTok and all this shit, like I haven't been drawing the way I used to. I haven't been like creating in a way that I really enjoy doing. It's always in the hopes of virality or something, and that's so empty most of the time.
Yeah. So much of that creative like life force went to, I don't know. I was thinking on the drive here, I was like, oh, back when I was like doing TikToks all the time, I was like so happy because I was like, I'm like basically like dancing to like pay for my life, and I'm getting paid to dance, you know? But like the joy of that definitely wore off. And like so much of being on the internet is so isolating when it's your career path. And that worked so well over the pandemic when we were all literally forced to isolate in our homes by law, essentially. It was like the perfect job. But it's like that time period has passed, and the isolation did not pass for a long time after that. And it feels good to, be creating in real life off of the internet. And that the internet took a lot of that away for a long time.
You and I's relationship is so offline and so out of work, and always has been. And I'm really, really grateful for that, because it would be heartbreaking to be like disillusioned in that way with you. And like, I don't know, that would be crazy. But
we did not wear these matching skirts on purpose.
we did not. And I actually had the matching top that like looks like that one too. And at the last minute I was like, wait, I should wear this green one instead. And like you walked into the boba place and I was just like, oh,
of course,
my God. Yeah. I mean, I think that we just, like, in case anyone hasn't seen the journey that we went on in this podcast, it's like we really went through it and had each other to like as like pillars for some parts of it, you know? And I think that's beautiful. But yeah, like this is very symbolic of like, it's so funny that this is like the last episode and we wore the same skirt, you know? It's just like, that's so funny. But yeah, about money and success online, I feel like so many people, that's all they want is like to be their own boss and to have a career online. And like that's real. There's a lot of freedom. It's I'm not going to say that it's not amazing and like a huge privilege, but also like as soon as you get it, you never stop and even like it's not, none of this is real. Nothing is real. I don't know. Money's not real. Success isn't real. Reality's not real. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but I don't know. I feel like when you're known as being someone who's on OnlyFans, people assume that you're rich as fuck, first of all, which is like, I always feel the need to be like, I'm like a small fry on there. I don't know. There's so many like scripts around like TikTok, OnlyFans, podcasting, social media that like I just really want to detach myself and free myself from.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this is what I want to say. And I've been thinking about deleting the OnlyFans, right? Okay, which I consider to be one of the bravest things to do of all time.
Literally.
When I see someone say that they deleted their OnlyFans, I'm like,
are you okay?
who did you marry?
Right.
Who saved you? Because it's like, if I were to do that, which I do want to do, like technically and eventually, if I were to delete my OnlyFans, all that would do would mean that I am now the only person that's not profiting off of the sex tapes that I made. That would mean that the boys in Pakistan, the boys in the Philippines, like whoever, all the catfish of people that have stripped my videos and are selling, I would just be the only one not profiting off of the work that I've done. And that would mean that the thousands of others people who are scamming off of my content are going to continue to make that money forever, and then I'm not. I can't do that. I just can't do that until I can afford to really wipe
like scrub.
Yeah. Like Carter Cruz.
Oh, did she scrub?
She scrubbed hard. Yeah, you can't find anything.
She did pro, didn't she?
Yeah. She like won awards and shit.
Wow. Okay, inspiring.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I don't know if this is gonna reach anyone. I don't know who's gonna.
I don't know who's
care, watch this, whatever. But so creepy that my catfishes have apparently started making AI videos of me to ensnare these poor boomers, and the videos are creepy. It's so trippy. It must just be so scary to be a boomer, because I'm like, I see this video, I'm like, that looks so fake, but
it almost got me, babe. You're like, that's so obviously fake, and I was like, right.
I literally was like, this barely sounds like me, and I have buck teeth. Like, what's going on?
I did not notice that.
The teeth like flicker, like, and they get bigger in like some parts of the video. I'm like, this is fake. AI is good, but it's not that good. I don't know. I've been reading this fucking theory about this like demon that's gonna reincarnate. Oh. It's potentially an AI, and I don't love that.
I think that's already happening. Anything that's potentially scary that might happen, it's already happening. Point blank, period. It's just like, what is going on with just the internet is a scary place, and I have enmeshed myself with it in ways that I will never be able to comprehend. Mm-hmm. If you've ever posted a photo online, you're in the same position. We're like a little bit deeper, but like, yeah, I don't know. So maybe we can shift this to like do some where do we want to go from here?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Well, you first.
Okay. I am really excited to just like laser lightning focus into performing and writing comedy. I'm really excited to be getting on stage as much as I possibly can, and just to have no reason not to, no reason to hold myself back from it, just to be doing it because that's what I enjoy doing. And it's simply something that I want to do and get better at. And, you know, whether that means I become a world famous comedian or I just end up writing for somebody else, like, I don't care. As long as I am enjoying what I'm doing, and what I'm doing is not sexual in nature. Mm-hmm. I feel like I really just want a non-sexual revenue stream, and it's coming to me, and multiple are coming to me, and the universe is listening. But yeah, I'm just going to continue doing the things that have been really making me happy lately, like running every morning and meeting new people and just like coming back to myself. One thing about myself that I really respect is that I will never get lost in anything, and I will always, always, always return back to myself. So that's where I'm at right now. What about you?
Love that. Very powerful. Oh, wow. What you just said sent me on such a like, I don't know, just about like knowing yourself and coming back to yourself. Like, yeah, I feel weirdly like the opposite in so many ways, and just like feel like I'm truly finding myself for like the first time honestly in my life. And just like, yeah, I'm really grateful for like something that you've really like that's really rubbed off on me about you in this process is just like really starting to believe in myself. And like that has really changed my life so much. And like, you know, I don't know. It's just like I didn't believe in myself at all when I started doing sex work, and it was like so easy to do for that reason, because I was just like, what's wrong with like giving myself away and like way to the absolute maximum, like giving all of myself away constantly, like the most possible. And so yeah, I've just been like able to accept and like believe that I'm like very lovable for the first time in my life, and that's been really powerful. Anyway, but more literal journey, I guess, I am just like pursuing contortion, and I'm really excited and have some avenues lined up with that. And yeah, I get a lot of messages throughout my life that I'm like meant to be teaching. And I've kind of over the last year just been like, what teaching, what, like what is, like psychics tell me this, you know, whatever woo woo stuff. But yeah, I'm just like, I definitely want to be teaching like these like body arts, and I want to do there's some spiritual teaching in front of me and ahead of me, and some kind of spiritual path and career that I can't totally discern yet. But I'm just like letting God show me each of the next steps I need to be making. Yesterday, wow, okay, actually, let me take it back. So we had this conversation about the podcast coming to a close because the reason I brought it up was because I had talked to a psychic that morning, and I was like, what is going on with the podcast right now? And she said, there's no money in this for you, my friend. And I was like, interesting. And then she told me that I have this planet in my Vedic, like my Indian astrological chart called Rahu, that's like very volatile and unstable. And like, she was like, you're going to make like a bunch of wealth, and you're going to like lose it all as like quickly as you gained it all. So all that being said, I have been on my taxes journey, some of you may remember, and I finally officially had to do this shit myself because my tax guy is just like, who fucking knows what he's doing. I finally direct paid the IRS every last penny in my business account yesterday, and just like really came face to face with like, wow, I did all of this for money, and all of the money is now gone.
Yeah.
And you know, that is truly so humbling, and you really just have to laugh so that you don't cry. But where the fuck was I going with all of this? Taxes, IRS, that's my journey.
Rahu.
Rahu. And yeah, I want to keep doing comedy too. I don't know if it's going to be the main course, but I'm like you, like we've both done it since we were much younger, and feels like there's something there. And gonna keep making art. And that's what I was gonna say. Spent all this money, got fin-dommed by the fucking IRS yesterday, and I was like, where am I going? Why am I in LA? Rent reveal, I pay $4,000 a month in rent, and I was just like, that is completely unsustainable at this point. And lo and behold, a beautiful commune of ladies opens up to me in the fucking valley. So I guess I'm moving to the valley. I'm paying less in rent. I want to travel a lot over the next couple years and just get to know myself. And yeah, God, that felt very self-indulgent and weird, but there it is.
Listen, all the money that I've made from OnlyFans is gone. I don't know where it's gone.
And I'm just like,
I don't know where it went.
Being rich was such a trippy experience. Truly, it was just like, it's so ridiculous to complain about in any capacity, and I'm not complaining. I had it really good, but the ways that I spiritually lost track of myself, and just like reflecting on all these passages in like spiritual texts that are like, what is it? A rich man can't pass through the eye of the needle to get into heaven, or whatever. It's just like, I don't know. It feels silly to say this in so many ways, but making money is nothing is what you think it's going to be, you know?
Yeah, truly.
Nothing. Ever. No goal that you have that you want to achieve is going to feel the way that you think it's going to feel when you achieve it, ever. Or at least not in my life.
And you'll save yourself a lot of inner turmoil if you go into goals with that idea of like,
it's not about achieving this goal.
If and when I achieve it, it may not feel the way I think it's not, achieving this goal will not save me.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know, and wherever,
just a step on the path.
Literally. And wherever you go, there you are. Mm-hmm. Like, you cannot, you know, even like the other day I was like, I need to move to Europe, you know, but I'm like, but then I'll just be with all my bullshit in Europe, like
Literally.
with no friends and no idea of the culture, and people are gonna be rubbed the wrong way by me because I'm fucking American, and that'll be a whole other giraffe to lasso. Yeah, money is weird. OnlyFans, it has changed the whole world. Like the way that this one website, the only other website that has changed the world this much is probably the Hub. And it's like, why does sex have this much control and this much like ripple effect in society? Because that's how we all got here.
Yeah.
So like it makes sense, but it's also just like so way too big to conceptualize, like to comprehend anything. And I don't know, being a like I feel like no matter what job I do, I will always be a sex worker, just because that's like a part of, maybe not. Maybe I'm just saying that because of the whole like online forever aspect and the digital footprint bullshit. Like I don't think that I have to identify as a sex worker till I die just because I was one. I don't think that that's true. But yeah, rent reveal, I I paid like $3,000 in rent, and that doesn't make any sense. And yeah, I'm gonna go check out the commune and see what's up. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I move. Maybe I get hit by a bus next week.
Literally.
Right.
Only if God willing.
Right. Right. But yeah, all of this is to say is like, don't let the very real possibility of nobody watching you stop you from creating something. Like, only and always create something because it feels good for you. It doesn't need to go viral. It doesn't need to make you millions of dollars. If doing something in your life makes you feel good, then do it. And like, let everything else fall away.
Oh, dude, I was like, yeah, I've been thinking too just about how like completely disconnected from myself and my body I was when I like started doing OnlyFans. And like, yeah, just like this, I'm like so in touch with my body now, and these like signals that I get that are like, don't do that. You don't want to do that. But at the time, that was just like, childhood stuff. That was like where my nervous system was sat. So doing these things that felt so intense and like gave me severe anxiety was like home. And, it was like very familiar, and it felt like exciting and like correct. And yeah, I don't know. I just, just wanted to say that. But
yeah. And yes, absolutely. I mean, it's just so hard to always be listening to your body when it feels like your body is like giving you mixed signals sometimes, and just to like slow down and wait until you know when the message is clear.
Yeah.
And I want to, just say that I can't even begin to like say how much value I have found in my friendship and relationship and connection and soul bond with you. Like, I can't even begin. The scroll is out into the hallway, like, I feel like that what you were just talking about with like, no, I don't want to do this, like, you are so like clear on what you want to do or don't want to do, and that has been so inspiring and so helpful and healing for me. And just, everything that we went through in like season 2 in that cursed studio, and you standing by me no matter what. You are just really a gift in my life, and I'll be grateful forever if we get to keep on sharing life with each other.
I know it's gonna be like, just, I feel like the change in motivation behind our friendship is like, after this is all put to rest, is going to be really beautiful. Honestly, I have very good feelings about it. It feels like new terrain, and like the change just is everyone's favorite thing in the world. But yeah, I've learned so much from you. It's really insane. And like, yeah, we definitely both, I think, fill in a lot of each other's like strengths and weaknesses. And like, I've seen you, really, really start to change. A lot of stuff about you has changed since the beginning of this podcast, and a lot of stuff about me has changed since the beginning.
For sure.
really, just really proud of you. And yeah, I'm glad we've been able to just like, yeah, I don't know. It's true enmeshment, but it's never, I don't know. It's always like worked, you know?
Yeah. It really has, and it has felt very, very natural.
Mm-hmm.
And through the years of working together, I feel like the working together has been such a small part of it. Like, I don't know, all the trips that we've gone on, like we've been on 2 yoga retreats together that had nothing to do with work. Of course, like at times we talk about the podcast maybe, but like I don't know. Even when
Well, I feel like we have done a lot of things because we're like, we can talk about this on the podcast.
Okay, that's real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I meant.
Okay, yeah,
more,
yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And I
Like,
think that can contribute to
oh, the speed dating just came to mind for that one. Like, let's go to this and we can talk about it.
exactly.
Like, even the sex party a little bit was
Yeah.
like, yeah.
I mean, of course, it's like we want stuff to talk about on here and, you know, share experiences with each other. I don't know. It is like that weird internet thing of like exploiting your fucking experiences for an audience to a
Right.
certain degree.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be nice to not have that like overlaid on top of just like general decision making.
Totally.
Not that that's like super influenced us, but I think, you know, it's still, the pod is has overlaid everything the last couple of years.
It really has. And oh yeah, I feel like we thought that this was like going to be something right that saves us and whatever. And listen, it has.
Mm-hmm.
It really has, but it really has actually. But in some ways I feel like we didn't realize that it was kind of a roadblock for our own like creative growth in some ways.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely,
but I think we realized at like the right time, you know, because if we had realized that or felt that any sooner and given up on it, it's like, well, what if we didn't push it all the way? I feel like we pushed it as far as we could have, and that feels good, you know?
Yeah. It's like when it's like when Broad City decided to stop after 5 seasons.
It's
like,
exactly like that.
Did people not agree and they wanted more? Yeah, but they knew that it was in the
that they killed it.
That they killed it so hard that was just the perfect time to stop. And also like you and I both had like really intense relationships with people that we originally like went viral with. Like, you know, we both had a ginger before each other. We both had a ginger before having each other that we like went viral with and the internet knew us to be connected with. And both of those relationships, you know, totally different experiences, like, but those like breakup, falling out, you know, whatever, friendship failure, whatever happened, like for
epic
those
fails.
things. What?
Epic fails.
The epic fails of the gingers before we met each other. Really, I feel like if we didn't have that experience before this, I mean, we wouldn't have this, but like also maybe this would have been like a friendship falling out type vibe.
Who knows?
Who knows? But just like, you just need to trust that like every single thing is why the next thing happens.
Yes, and nothing is good or bad. It's like
literally.
It's like that Chinese proverb. It's like the farmer's son breaks his leg, and the neighbor's like, "Are you okay?" And the farmer's like, "Hey, it happens." And then the army comes to recruit everyone. They can't recruit his son because he's got a broken leg. He's like, "Hey, you never know if it's good or bad. You know, things lead into the next thing, and that's why you just go through life as non-judgmentally and detached as possible from all the hoopla. You know, don't be in the waves, be in the depths, right?
Right. Get out of the hoopla. And if you must stay in the hoopla,
Godspeed to you, because I'm exiting the hoopla.
I'm exiting.
For a while.
I'm exiting the hoopla. Yeah.
I'm debating Sydney's life and what that means over the next. You know, I got an open May. It's almost your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, I gotta chill May. I'm just gonna think about laying Sydney down to rest and a little pillow therapy, just a little pillow over the face for that one.
Yeah,
because like all Sydney's fans are these porn guys, you know, for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like it's time for a divorce.
Yeah. I know. I was thinking about that last night. I was at this open mic and I was just like, do I change my name yet again? Because like
oh my God, it's so funny. I was wondering if you were
if I was
thinking
gonna,
about that.
yeah, because like OJ Stellar is my stage name.
I think you should keep OJ.
I know the Stellar.
That's your name.
Literally. But I don't know. Do I?
Stellar feels kind of dead.
I know.
Just an outside perspective, I guess. But
yeah, I could just be OJ.
wait, you could be OJ Simpson.
Wait, that's genius.
What if you were OJ? What if you were OJ Pimpson?
I was actually like, what if I just use my real last name?
OJ Simp.
OJ Simp. I love that.
Yeah, I've been thinking about if I use my real name or not too. But
it's like protection of my family is kind of the vibe with that.
I kind of don't ever want anyone to know my last name.
That's real.
Which is Rickenbottom. In case you were wondering.
Mine's Smith. Can you imagine?
OJ Smith. That's
OJ
horrible. That made my ears bleed. Oh.
I know. Yeah. What am I gonna do about that?
Really, when I have been asking myself that kind of question lately, I'm just like, girl, I don't know right now.
And
the answers will reveal themselves in time.
Yeah, we don't have to.
I'm like chill. I'm taking things slow as fuck these days.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've been like really on my resting shit the last month, and that's just when all the good stuff starts to whisper in your ear. You know,
literally. Yeah.
Get yourself together. Go buy some new gear. Do something with your hair. Then hit the club. Okay, this beat is crazy. Anywho, well, we're right there.
Mm.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick something.
Are you gonna get on the mic?
There's a mic back there?
This one time.
Take it away, Angelito. Oh, I'm so glad you're here.
An order.
Why am I already crying?
I'm so excited.
Hello. Check. 1, 2.
He looks so cute.
Well, look, I hope this comes out okay. I just want the...
He's in love with us.
How did you know? Who told you? But look, I started here, and then you guys were some of the first podcasters that I really developed a relationship with, and it made working here easier. And I just want the donkeys to know that... Oh, well, look, first of all, I will stand by this. I will die on this hill that these two are some of the funniest, intelligent, most interesting personalities online. And I will die on that hill. And offline, you know, a lot of... they're so generous, very kind, very supportive. Like, they've come out to support me in different endeavors. And I value their friendship a lot. And I'm very happy that I met them, y'all. And this is, man, not to make it like a sad thing. Obviously, we're still going to see each other.
Yeah.
Maybe not as often, but, you know, I wish y'all the best in your endeavors. And I have nothing but faith that you're going to see a lot of success because true talent can never be denied. And I love you.
I love you too. That was so sweet.
Yeah, you were like honestly one of our first like friends in LA, like first real friends.
Literally. And that was like years into already doing this podcast. Oh, but like, yeah, we had so many hard, weird times with producers and studios and whatever. And like, we really found home here. And yeah, this has been like such a safe container, like this room in particular, after things being really like unsafe for a long time. So we love you, Lido, and thank you so much for saying that.
Yes, and I'm so glad that we met you through all this. And yeah, that means a lot. Thank you. Wow, this is so weird.
So I officially never have to call you Sydney again. Is that what I'm saying?
I can't even think of a context where that would be relevant
or appropriate.
Well,
No.
unless we do a little hustling. But
right, the DMs are open. But whatever you're thinking, triplet. Yeah.
Yeah, who knows if I don't know. It feels good to not be podcasting for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But I do love it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're good at it, and there's a lot. I don't know. I think that we're not done totally with like our creative projects together, but I just who knows the shape that anything is about to take. The world is embracing the unknown right now.
If there's one thing that we know is that we cannot predict or expect anything. Change is the only constant, and every day things get more and more surprising and uncharted and absolutely wonky. So I'm just surrendering.
Yeah, same. Big same.
Yeah.
And having faith.
Having faith and learning to trust myself and trusting the people that I choose to have around me. And that's really that on that.
Well, LA's not done with us yet, so that's interesting.
Right. We keep thinking that we're going to.
And then something pops up.
Right.
So who knows what's coming. But yeah, wow, so much love. So much love for this whole fucking journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to say that, like, to the girls and the gays and the amazing men that are our fans, that aren't this archetype that we've been talking about this episode, like, we know and love and see and are so thankful for you guys. And if it wasn't for y'all, this podcast would have ended a long time ago.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like, we know it's more than porn fans. We know that it's more than that. We met some of you and we love you, and
thank you so much for the support and for seeing us. And yeah. Shout out to I want to do specific shout outs.
Yeah, do it.
Shout out to Aaron, obviously.
Yeah.
The homie. Shout out to Polly, one of our donkeys.
Mm-hmm.
JR, so cool. Shout out to Kenny. We love you, Kenny.
Yeah. And McKenna. And
Ping Pong 420.
go.
I don't even want to say your fucking name, but you got some work to do, bud. Get your ass in a therapy chair, please.
Dude, Ping Pong 420. It's like, listen, if I want to wear my hair up, I will.
And she's not Jewish, so shut the fuck up.
Literally. And thank you just to everybody. Thank you to you. I love you. We have children together, and I plan on not breaking up the family.
No, they gotta survive the divorce. The pod.
Literally. I almost brought Baha in for this episode because I used to bring him in, but I said
he lost his privileges.
What did he do?
You don't remember the Miss B episode?
Oh,
I think that was the last.
That was the last time. He just wouldn't stop jumping on her. He just does. He can't play it cool around a baddie.
Oh, okay. Well, goddamn. Partner.
And on that,
wow, we
are
offline
forever.